The NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog Fantasy. Sign up with promo code NBA SGPN. Get a 50% deposit bonus up to $1,000. We're also brought to you by Edge Boost. Earn up to $750 per month on your sports gambling transactions. Go to edgeboost.bet. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm. Get the leader in data-driven picks and props. Get your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Yes, sir. We are back with another edition of the NBA Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. No me, no the waste, no guy. It's me, really real, villain real, Terrell Furman Jr. here at your service. Christmas came early in a standalone game here. Right after post All-Star break, we got one standalone game. We got some futures talk going on. NBA season is dwindling to a close. We've got about a month and 2 months left. About 2 months left in the NBA. We got the nerd, Lonte Smith. Lonte, what's going on?
Not much, man. Looking forward to the second half of the season. Not looking forward to this game tonight, but hey, it's basketball, so let's talk about it.
I always thought it was hilarious how we reference this as the second half of the season when it's really like the second or like the bottom third of the season.
Yeah, 28 games, 29
Like,
games.
yeah, you feel me? Like, it's never been exactly halfway, but we always said, oh, yeah, second half of the season. Like, we look at the Lakers. Lakers have played 52 games. 52 games already. And we're talking about this is the second half of the season. Second half was about a little while ago, but I always thought it was funny how we always reference this. Oh, you're not interested in the game tonight. Interesting. I thought you'd be interested in seeing a game that the Lakers could possibly win. I don't know. Very
How what happened with the Utah Jazz?
And people out there trying to tell me that the Lakers are going to win the title. We're going to talk about title odds. We're going to talk about this Lakers game. We're going to talk about this Lakers team. We're going to talk about all of that in just a second. But first, let me talk to you about how you can get free daily picks in college basketball and college football in the NBA and NHL and more. You want to know how you can get those free daily picks? All you got to do is download the SGPN app. It is free in your app store, and it has free daily picks for all sports, not just us in the NBA, but college baseball, college basketball, NHL, all of that and more over there in SGPN app. Make sure you go get it wherever you get your apps in the app store. All right. Let's go ahead and let's knock the standalone game out the way. We'll go ahead and do that real quickly. We got the Charlotte Hornets on the road going to play the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers open up laying 13, currently laying 12.5. 228 is the total, Lonte. When I got to the total last night, it was at 225, 226.5. It's up to 228 now. Let's see here. Injury report for these two teams. And I have for the Charlotte Hornets. It looks, whoa. There we go. It looks like we've got a LaMelo Ball who is probable for this game Wednesday. We've also got Mark Williams, who is probable as well coming back. He just joined back with the team, expected to play today. So a little bit of a full strength, well, as full strength as they're probably going to get. Charlotte Hornets team here. Josh Okogie is out. We got LeBron James, who is questionable with ankle soreness. He did miss the All-Star weekend, the All-Star game. He didn't play at all because of that discomfort in his left foot. And there is some talk that he could miss. He went through most of Tuesday's practice, but not all of Tuesday's practice. This is a genuine questionable for LeBron James. And I feel like I've been talking to some people in the space, and they feel like LeBron's not going to play in this game. Maxi Kleber is also out for whoever cares. Lonte, I say all of that on the injury report. I have set the battle space. What are you doing here laying 12.5 with the Los Angeles Lakers?
I probably missed it. Did you say is Melo in?
Yes, Melo is in.
Yeah, give me 12.5 for Charlotte. Going back home. Charlotte's been a little bit more competitive, especially with him in the lineup.
Wait, no, Charlotte's not at home.
No, I've said they've been more effective when
Oh,
he's in the lineup.
oh, okay.
Yeah, but he's returning home to
Oh,
the
yeah,
to
yeah,
the
yeah, LA,
California
LA.
area.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, I see you. I see the vision. I see the vision.
Yeah, so I think he'll play well. Obviously, he'll have some family and friends there. And I mean, the Lakers without LeBron, I mean, I think Luka will be fine. JJ said his minutes restriction has been lifted, so he's pretty much a full go. Hornets going to try to slow the game down. I don't really agree with the over money that came in. I just think the Hornets will be able to slow the game down, play in the half court a little bit more, not let Luka dictate the pace. And who knows? I mean, Luka might wants to play a little bit slower as well. So I think we see a little bit of a slower pace game, limited possessions. I like the dog to keep it close, especially early on. I think Charlotte first half is a good one as well.
Mm, my fear here is that the Lakers do what the Lakers do and they kill bad teams, and this is a bad team. But LaMelo being back in the lineup does mean a lot for me. I mean, it's really the fact that I have LaMelo in the lineup and you're telling me Mark Williams is playing too. Just give me the over 228. If I want to back Charlotte and fade the Lakers in any capacity, give me Charlotte team total over 107.5. You're telling me with this Lakers defense and the fact that they have zero big that is capable of doing any rim protection at all whatsoever, despite whether Jackson Hayes, Alex Lynn, doesn't matter. They're not capable of rim protection. Uh, they're not capable of stopping anybody that is their size. If you watch that Jazz game, who was it? uh Isaiah Collier literally drove. It felt like he drove to the rim every single play. And if it wasn't him, it was some combination of him or like Laurie Markin, like it was anybody that wanted, hey, we don't have a play. We have nothing to do. Just drive to the rim and try to get to the line. And they either got to the line or they got the bucket. Like it was 0-0. I'm pretty sure they destroyed them when I looked at it. Like they were destroying them in points to the paint, that Utah Jazz team, right before the All-Star break. And that was that moment. I was like, this is exactly what I was talking about. What is going to be wrong with this Lakers team is the fact that they cannot guard the painted area at all. So yeah, here we go. Look, that last game against the Utah Jazz where the Jazz won 131-119. Points in the paint, 54-36 Utah. 54 points in the paint. I think that if you give 54 points in the paint to the Charlotte Hornets here today, that they're going to cruise over 107.5. So I'm with you. I reluctantly will take the plus 12.5, but I think I'm going to bet it a different way. I'll take Charlotte team total over, and I like the over for the game as well because I do think the Lakers are not going to just let Charlotte run away with this thing, but I do think Charlotte's going to be able to score more than 108 points here today.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, yeah, I don't really know. I would go the other way, but I mean, I don't hate what you just said.
Oh, you're on the under. Like
Yeah,
you're
I mean, I don't love it enough to bet it, but if I had to, it would be Charlotte and under.
defensively, what do you like about this Lakers team? This is your team. Like, what do you like about the Lakers defensively?
Well, I think it has more to do with what I don't like about the Charlotte offense. Even with Melo in the lineup, it's still below average, damn near
Do you like Utah's offense?
better than Charlotte. Yeah,
I
I think
mean, Utah's
Utah's
sucks.
offense is better than Charlotte. Like not landslide, but I would favor it
These are
pretty
NBA
heavily.
players, and the Lakers aren't playing any type of NBA defense right now.
Yeah, I can't disagree with you there. I got less faith in the Hornets offensively than I do the Lakers defensively.
All
And
right.
yeah, I guess perimeter wise, DFS is back. Vando a little bit more perimeter oriented. So yeah,
All
we'll
right. If
see.
he plays, we'll see how long he's out here.
Yeah,
He's talk about people that don't play games. Oh man, if Jared Vanderbilt was like the level of a star player, he would be getting destroyed by the media.
oh yeah.
Uh, Reek is in the comments. He said he's taking Hornets money line. I'm not mad at you. I think a sprinkle on Hornets money line honestly isn't the worst thing in the world. Again, we just saw the Lakers lose to the Utah Jazz, and I don't care what Lonte says. I think that the Charlotte Hornets are a better team than the Utah Jazz. I think the Utah Jazz are one of the worst teams in the league, and most of their games, it looks like that they are trying to get Cooper Flag to come over into Utah and live that no alcohol, just soda pop life. Like that is what it looks like for like at least 90% of their games. So you know what?
I think Charlotte
Perfectly
gonna get
fine.
Cooper Flag.
Huh?
I think Charlotte gets the number 1 pick this year. Utah next year.
Man, first of all, I'm not making no predictions about number 1 pick because them ping pong balls bounce any type of way. All I'm gonna say is, don't nothing good ever happen to Charlotte.
Yeah, that's true.
So that's all I'm saying. Ain't nothing good ever happened to Charlotte. Anything that Charlotte thought was good happening to them in the long run, it actually won't good at all. Because at the very least, Charlotte thought that they had a really really good thing with LaMelo going on, and granted, they do, but it's not forever. It's not lasting. It doesn't equate to wins. It's just fun basketball. Really, it's just pure fun basketball. All right. Lonte is on the Hornets and under. I'm on the Hornets and over here. Player props, anything you want to drop? Anything else here in the game before we get on? I mean, it should be really easy on everybody. Should be betting Mark Williams. I don't think I don't think that's a chalk bet. I don't think that's what's the word I'm looking for? A public bet. Like I feel like you should actually be betting Mark Williams here because again, you have Jackson Hayes and Alex Len, and that is your rim protection. Jackson Hayes, Alex Len. I don't know what happened to Lonte. He went off to the Russians in the ethosphere, but Jackson Hayes and Alex Len, those are the two bigs you have. And I think it's so funny how Lakers fans had talked themselves into Alex Len being good by showing Alex Len. I'm pretty sure Alex Len was in a Hawks jersey in the highlights that I saw. And I saw Vince Carter on the court as well. That is how far back they went for Alex Len highlights, for them to talk themselves into Alex Len being good. I mean, I feel really, really bad. It should be all over for Mark Williams. What points and rebounds, whatever.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm full send on Mark Williams today. I think he's going to have a great day.
Yeah, I agree with that. I would go with two of them that I like. I like Austin Reeves over 2.5 threes made. I think that's at like -15.
Yeah.
I mean, I just think he'll be able to space the floor, especially with LeBron off the floor. He'll be the primary ball handler.
Even if he's not, he probably should still get a chance.
Yeah. But even I think his volume would be even higher without LeBron on the court.
Yeah,
and then he'll be handling the ball a little more, screen and roll. We know Mark Williams is going to play a lot of drop coverage. They usually play with Diabate, play a lot of drop coverage as well. So the Hornets' fast break transition defense gives up a ton of threes. So I think Austin should be able to thrive there. So I like him over. I would ladder him up to make 5+ in this matchup. So I like that.
In 3 games this season, Reeves without LeBron James has hit 4 threes, 3 threes, and 4 threes. So, Lonte, you are on to something there. Looking at the last 15 games overall that he's played without LeBron James, and he's gone over this line in 7 of the last 14. So, 7 of 14 games without LeBron James, Austin Reeves has gone over 2.5 threes.
Yeah, I like that. And on the opposite side, on the same side, but I like the rebounds of Luka. I mean, nobody's going to be able to rebound. His restrictions are going to be limited. I mean, lifted, so he should be good to go. I mean, I think it's at plus money. You can get over 7.5 rebounds at plus 105-ish, 104-ish. I think that's a good look. He's going to be more involved in the rebounding with the lack of size. So Charlotte's perimeter defenders aren't that big as far as size-wise. So he should be able to post up in the paint a little bit more and grab a few of those rebounds. So I like Luka over 7.5 rebounds at plus money as well.
All right. There we go. Reeves, I got Reeves' assists written down as well. Just pretty casual play there. You always hop down on Reeves' assists. He's been really, really good, and they trust him way more than I thought they would have trusted him. Yeah, that's about it. All right, let's keep it going. We're gonna talk a little bit of futures talk in just a second, but first I gotta talk to you about Edge Boost. Make sure that you tap in with Edge Boost, their premier Visa debit card for bettors. Edge Boost card allows you to avoid the hassle of either having your card decline or just if you don't want your card information with the sportsbook. Some people want to protect that stuff. Use your Edge Boost card. That's perfect. So go lock into Edge Boost. And you can earn up to $750 per month in cashback rewards for using your Edge Boost card. You also know your money is safe because Edge Boost is FDIC insured. And the best part is there's no credit checks and it's completely free. Sign up today and use promo code SGPN so you get better cashback rewards and an instant tier 2 status. Not tier 1, instant tier 2 status by using my Edge Boost card. I have Edge Boost rewards, and I'm going to be using them on Mark Williams here today because he has the perfect matchup. Why would he not go off? Like, this is a great opportunity to show everybody what you can do against Jackson Hayes and Alex Lynn. So that's edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. That is edgeboost.bet, promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet every sport plus props for every game, and they have live dealer casino as well. MyBookie accepts customers from a tons of locations, easy deposit, and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Hey, you can get down on that Charlotte Hornets here. I say go ahead and take the over 107.5. Lonte says, nah, just take the points plus 12.5. It doesn't matter what you agree with. All you got to do is just head over to mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN for a 100% deposit match up to $1,000 plus a $10 casino chip. That's mybookie.ag, promo code SGPN. All right, Lonte. Let's see here. We've got some futures to talk about here. And what is a delicate state of the NBA right now? We are currently on the road to the playoffs, trying to figure out what's going on. Trade deadline has passed. Teams are making whatever desperate kind of move they can to try to bring in whatever additional free agent. You saw Ben Simmons go over to the Clippers. So we got updated win totals. We got championship odds. Let's start with the championship odds. I feel like that's the best place to start. That's what everybody wants to know. Who's going to win the NBA championship? And there's a lot of variables. You got health up in the air and who's going to actually be healthy and playing in the championship. And then we got to figure out what teams are going to actually muscle themselves all the way there. If I look at current championship odds right now, the Oklahoma City Thunder are now these favorites right now. Make sure you shop your odds. This could be up, down, wherever. I'm only looking at one book, and I don't feel like trying to go and decipher and get the best one for each odds. But make sure you go shop the best line. You probably could get a better line on a team here or there. However, at the book that I am currently looking at, it is plus 225 for the Oklahoma City Thunder, plus 235 for the Boston Celtics, 7-1 for the Cleveland Cavaliers, 10-1 for the New York Knicks, 14-1 for the Denver Nuggets, 18-1 for the Los Angeles Lakers. You've got the Grizzlies, the Bucks, and the Warriors all trending around 30-1, 35-1 for the Clippers and the Mavericks, 60-1 for the Timberwolves, the Rockets, and I think I'm going to stop there. I mean, sure, why not? The Philadelphia 76ers are 100-1. The Phoenix Suns are 120-1. Yeah, all right, that's enough of that. Lonte, you have that for futures. Who's going to win the NBA championship right now?
So I think that Memphis is too low in the West. I mean, I think they can compete and beat any team in a 7-game series outside of OKC. I just think OKC is a bad matchup for them. But I do like Memphis. I love the dip. I love the way that their offense flows with and without Ja in the lineup. They haven't had a high usage of Ja. I mean, I know he's been out with injury, but even when he's in, we've seen his pick and roll splits have been down from what we're accustomed to. But I mean, I like their dip. They can shoot it. They got multiple on-ball defenders. I mean, pace is going to be there. The only issue would be just, I mean, obviously the health of Ja. I mean, I think they are equipped to win games without him, but I don't know if they're equipped to win a playoff series without him. But I do think that they are one of the deeper teams as far as 1 to 14. I think they might be the deepest roster in the NBA. So I do love Memphis. I would love for their path to be. I mean, they're the second seed right now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, or tied for a second with Houston. If they can stay away from OKC, I like their chances, man. If they can just get, I guess they would be looking at a play-in team, which is kind of hard to decipher now. But within that area of Minnesota, Phoenix, I guess Dallas is in that mix as well, and some of those other teams. So I think they can beat either of those teams. I don't think either of those teams at the bottom have enough to compete with them. If they can stay away from OKC at that 2 seed, I like Memphis in the West. In the East, I love Cleveland, man. I bought a bunch of Cleveland when they made that DeAndre Hunter move. Similar to Memphis. I mean, they're deep. They're big on the perimeter. Evan Mobley can now play the 4. consistently and not have to worry about, guarding the best perimeter defender, because that's what DeAndre Hunter can do. So you can kind of hide Mitchell and Garland a little bit more, have Allen roam the dunker spot. So, man, I like Cleveland a lot, man. I think they match up well with any team, even Boston. So yeah, Cleveland in the East, and I like Memphis in the West.
So over the course of the second half of the season, I think the important thing to remember is where these teams going to be at. You started with the West. Let's talk about the West. I believe, oh man, I have to go back into the archives and dig. But when the season was over last year, I told myself that I was getting down on Memphis winning the championship this year. They were just way too competitive and way too many games for them to have the roster that they did last year with all the injuries and everything that was going on. They were way too competitive and way too many games against way too many good teams. And I believe that once they were fully healthy, John Morant's back in the lineup, that they would look a lot different. And they do. They somehow are 36-18. And dog, when we read off the injury report, like I read the injury reports every time I'm on the show. Memphis has a long injury report every single time I'm on the show, and yet we're still talking about them at 36-18. If they're completely healthy in the playoffs, I do think that they can give anybody a run for their money. I think that they're in a good spot where they get to play Denver, because I do think they can beat Denver in a 7-game series. I agree with you. I think that they can probably beat majority of these two teams, of all these teams in a 7-game series. I think Houston will give them some problems too, but Houston and OKC is the thing to get past. And so at 30, what did I say? 30-1. Yeah, that's a pretty good value price on the Memphis Grizzlies that I think that'll be a lot shorter. I understand why Houston isn't close, but I do think Houston at 61 is kind of wild, because I think they probably, if they get Denver, they probably lose to Denver. But I just think Houston can win a series. So if I feel like you can win a series, I think 61 is kind of a lot. So yeah, I do like Memphis. I really, really like Dallas. However, I can't do anything with Dallas because I don't know what's going on with Anthony. I was about to call him a name, and I said that I wasn't going to joke him on air anymore. Very, very close. I have no idea what's going on with Anthony, if he's going to play basketball or not. It's very, very frustrating. But if Anthony decides to play basketball in a Dallas Mavericks uniform and is completely healthy, I think that there is nobody in the West that can beat the Dallas Mavericks in a 7-game series.
Wow,
Too
you think
good.
that?
Too good. Defensively, there's nobody with an answer for Anthony Davis.
What about the ball handling?
At the ball handling, you got Kyrie. What do you mean? You
Yeah,
got
so
Kyrie, Spencer
you're gonna have
Dinwiddie.
Kyrie be the point guard and the scoring guard.
You have Kyrie, Spencer Dinwiddie. You have a bunch of people that you feel comfortable with. Max Christie looks good. Like Max Christie actually looks good. So yeah, I think that the Dallas Mavericks, absolutely. I think that they are very, very dangerous to the Oklahoma City Thunder. I think OKC wants nothing to do with Dallas. And it's because Dallas actually matches up really well with OKC, and they have their number without Luka in the lineup. Dallas destroyed OKC in 3 games this season without Luka in the lineup. Like, I think that, especially with Anthony Davis, like there's nothing that Chet or Hartenstein has anything to do with Anthony Davis. I think Anthony Davis is the X factor for that team, and they can walk into another NBA Finals if completely healthy. But guess what? That's a really, really big if. That is a really, really big if. So I can't do nothing with Dallas right now. I really can't. I can't even take him at 35-1. But if he's healthy at the end of the season, telling you, Dallas is gonna look like a completely different team, man.
How far are they from the play-in?
Who, Dallas?
Yeah.
Dallas is the 8th seed right now, so they are in the
play-in.
Okay. Yeah, they're in the play-in. They're in the play-in. They would go to Minnesota today.
And he's
if you
4
told
weeks.
me I had one game to win with Anthony Davis and this Dallas team against Minnesota, I'm taking Dallas.
Yeah. So he's out 4 weeks, and PJ's supposed to come back.
Gafford's out for like another 5 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's literally, look, that's why I said we're not betting them right now.
I might bet them to miss.
Shoot, good luck. If those guys come back, Dallas is nasty.
I mean, but you got 4 to 5 weeks. You got 4 to 5 weeks at least.
Look who's around them. Okay, let's look at what Dallas is to miss. I'm interested now. Let's look at what Dallas is to miss. But look who's around them. You have Minnesota, Dallas, Sacramento, and Golden State all in the play-in. Minnesota's 14 games back of the leader. Golden State is 16 and a half games back. So that's 2.5 games back in the play-in. Then you got Phoenix coming up the rear at 18. You got San Antonio at 20. And sure, why not? Let's mention Portland at 21 and a half games back because they've been scorching hot recently. But this could honestly be one of those things where Portland got hot before the All-Star break, and then they're going to be completely trash right after again.
That's a good point.
So if they miss, then I feel like you should also have the same. You should also be betting on Spurs to make it.
Yeah, I mean,
because who's going to bump them out?
I would.
It's not like Dallas has been horrible. It's not a team that I want to bet on, but it's not like they've been horrible. They've been winning games still.
Yeah, they're not horrible. But my thing is, so Phoenix has the toughest schedule remaining. Them and Sacramento. So that's, I mean, I can kind of see if they don't get right. And Dallas is like mid-level. I think they're like 20th for toughest schedule. So it could get dicey there. And I think Sacramento is going to stay pretty steady.
Dallas is minus 125. I'm sorry. Yeah, minus 125 to miss the playoffs.
Minus 125? There's
no way you're laying minus 125 on Dallas to miss the playoffs. It's not that guaranteed. It is not that guaranteed.
I might, bro. I mean, because we're still basically they have to win, in the playing tournament. So we get that plus a resurgence of either Golden State.
I feel like if you're betting Dallas to miss the playoffs, you're saying that they're about to have a huge, horrible run and they're not even going to be in play-in. Because if this team gets to the end of the season and they're healthy, they're going to beat Minnesota.
Okay, so they're
going to beat Sacramento. They're going to beat Golden State. Dallas is better. Like a healthy Dallas is better than all 4 of these teams right now.
So let me read off. What do you think their record is in this? So this is the stretch out of the break. Probably I'll list off like 10 games. Okay. They got Pelicans on the road. They got Pelicans at home, and then they go road Warriors, road Lakers, Hornets home, Bucks home, Kings home. They go to the Bucks, then they go back home. Grizzlies, Suns. They go to Spurs back to back, and then at Rockets, 76ers, Pacers.
How many games was that? I feel like you did more than 10.
No, that's let's see. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 12, 13, 14.
That was 14 games?
14 games, yeah.
I think I have them down for 7 wins off the top of my head.
7-7.
So going back through what you said, I took them over the Pelicans. Yeah. I said I gave the Warriors a game, even though as much as I really didn't want to do it. I gave the Warriors a game. I gave the Lakers a game. I took them over the Hornets. That's 2. Kings, I think they beat Kings. I gave the Bucks both of the games, even though there should probably be a split there. Those 2 games are very close in proximity, but I gave the Bucks both of the games. 3, gave the Grizzlies. No, they're beating the Suns. Suns suck. 4 to the Suns. I split between the Spurs, so that's 5. Lost to the Rockets. A win against the 76ers at home. That's 6. Win against the Pacers on the road. That's 7.
Yeah, only one back-to-back.
I think they just got to tread water. If they tread water, we'll revisit them. Let's not talk about them more, but we'll revisit at the end of the season when they're healthy. I think that as long as they tread water, they're going to be fine. But I'm not doing anything with that bet right now. No. But however, what I am interested in, because I'm completely out on Golden State at this point, I am very questionable of the Sacramento Kings. I think that the San Antonio Spurs might be able to make a run. Very, very interested in what their price is to make the playoffs, or at least take the over on their win total and say that they make the run and maybe they don't get all the way to the playoffs. but they rack up a lot more wins. And I think that it can be slightly more consistent, especially with De'Aaron Fox in the lineup and being able to give them that that definitive closer at the end of the games. That, I mean, yeah, you can give the ball to Wemby at the end of the games, but he's still like kind of learning, figuring out the NBA, where you have somebody who, you know, clutch player of the year type player being able to go out there in the fourth quarter and give you consistent buckets. I think the Spurs are in for a pretty good second half of the season, and they're going to make this close, and they're going to make this interesting, and they're going to beat a lot of teams, man. I like San Antonio. I'm really, really interested in seeing what they do this second half of the season with De'Aaron Fox.
Yeah, I'm interested to see when is Pop coming back.
I have no idea.
Yeah,
I haven't heard anything.
Yeah, me either. Which is probably not good as far.
It doesn't even matter. Doesn't matter. I mean, doesn't matter. Has Mitch Johnson done like he's?
Yeah, I mean he's fine, but he's not Pop though.
So what does Pop do to a win total?
I'm not saying that. I'm just talking about the overall trajectory of the team going forward, just like how they play. I'm pretty sure he's still in the game plan and stuff, but like him being on the fly adjustments, in game adjustments, like I think that stuff matters when it's Pop versus a freshly new coach. I mean, obviously he's been around, but I guess I just value coaching more than the average person does.
If somebody's telling me that Dallas is going to miss the playoffs and I should be betting Dallas to miss the playoffs, then I think the San Antonio Spurs are the team that I'm like, okay, they're going to go on a run and they're going to leapfrog in and grab one of those spots. Like if they get to a 10 seed, that Spurs team ain't going to be easy to knock out. Especially if, hey, what if Pop is here at the end of the season? You talk about it. He does make some in-game adjustments or anything like that. And is he able to get them through a game? Like they're not going to be easy out here. I'm interested in the San Antonio Spurs. Let's talk a little bit of awards. No, I'm sorry. Let's get over to the Eastern Conference. I didn't give my take on the East. So I with you. I'm out on Boston completely. I think that the Cleveland Cavaliers, the DeAndre Hunter trade just kind of made like that was really, really like kudos to the Cleveland Cavaliers for not being complacent and being the 1 seed and going and actually getting better and getting that wing defender that you really, really need to go up and match up really well with Boston. I think Cleveland is also a really good spot as the 1 seed because they duck both the Knicks and the Celtics. And I'm pretty sure these East rankings are going to stay the same. Do you see Boston or the Knicks moving anywhere in the standings? We got Boston is 5.5 games back from the 1. Knicks are 8.5 games back from the 1, so there's 2.5 games between them. Indiana's all the way at 13.5 games back from like there. I think we're pretty set on it's 1, 2, 3 is Cleveland, Boston, New York.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I think that they got off really, really well, being able to duck both Boston and New York. And let them kind of battle it out and figure things out. And I think they handle business against everybody else. Like there's nobody else that I really consider them. It's really, can you beat Boston? If Boston somehow does what they do and they fold to the New York Knicks, can you get past the New York Knicks? And they have the roster to do that with both. It's really, really hard. And Kenny Atkinson's been an amazing head coach. I think that's the part that everybody's forgetting about this. Like a lot of this roster and pieces have been here in Cleveland, but Kenny Atkinson has just elevated this team, given Evan Mobley more confidence and made him look like how great he could have possibly been and, all-star level type player, all of that. Like I'm completely bought in on the Cleveland Cavaliers. And I just think that if the Boston Celtics had the Cleveland Cavaliers record, they would be like minus 200 to win the championship right now. There's probably no reason that you should be getting Cavs at the price that they are right now. If the roles were flipped and Boston was the 1 and Cleveland was the 2, Boston would be like minus 200 to win the championship right now. And now they're currently like minus 105 and Cleveland's like 2 plus 250.
That's a good point.
So, I mean, win the East, but yeah, I'm pretty much sold on Cleveland. I think Cleveland, this is it. This is the year, and now we get to go in the playoffs, and we get to decide: is Donovan Mitchell really that dude? Like, is he really that guy that can help carry them over the ledge? But defensively, they got it. Like, they completely got it. All right, I would like to see my Knicks do something, but am I going to bet on that? No way. I'd rather be surprised. For real, I'd rather.
Is Mitchell Robinson back during the last portion of the season?
And they said he's supposed to come back. And they said he's starting to work through stuff and he's starting to get ready to come back. But I don't believe none of that. They just be talking. Mitchell Robinson like Jaron Vanderbilt. He played 3 games over the past 3 years. I don't want no parts of the New York Knicks right now.
Yeah.
I'm very, very much annoyed by it. All right, nothing really to do in the regular season MVP. Minus 500 for SGA as he gets his return MVP award. Rookie of the year, a little bit different of a discussion.
Mm.
These numbers have jumped all up, down, and around. Stephon Castle's currently at plus 130. Khalid Ware plus 260. Reichel is at plus 750. Jalen Wells plus 850. Edie 16-1. Sar 20-1. It's probably going to be some other leading favorite next week. So we're probably not talking about this for long. But as of right now, anybody you want to put a bet down on a rookie of the year?
So I have a bunch of these guys, well, a decent amount of these guys at different prices. But right now, I think that if you want to take a long shot, look at Klingen. I think he's like 35-1.
50.
50? Okay,
Yep.
yeah. Because one, Aiton's out for probably the rest of the season. They're probably not bringing him back. Tom Lord, we know his injury history. So Klingen's going to be in the lineup, getting a lot of that, a lot of those minutes. I think he had a 20-20 game or 15-20 game, his first game in the lineup. He's going to block shots. He's going to be effective defensively. He's a lob threat. They got good guard. Well, they got decent guards that can get him the ball in the paint. So I think he'll put up similar numbers to what we saw when Walker Kessler kind of hit the scene in Utah, maybe even a little bit more because Portland is, they're kind of fringe spicy. They're not all the way there, but I think Klingen at that big number is worth a shot. But anywhere at the top, I would look at Reichel. I just think that he's going to get a lot more opportunity. Castle's usage is probably going to go down a little bit with Fox being there. So I would look at Reichel between him and Klingen, I think they got a good shot. Just a short shot, long shot type of bit. But, yeah.
Dog. I mean, this is going to change next week. Like, there's going to be some other rookie that gets put into the starting lineup for a week. I really do like the Klingen play, especially Lonte, because it always happens. Some rookie gets inserted to the starting lineup, and they're like, "Oh, this guy is perfect. This guy is great. This guy is rookie of the year," and we're talking about it again.
Yeah, lottery pick too.
Give me Sar at 20-1 now, just because he's about to get to the soft part of the season where nobody cares about anything. And coming off of this ankle injury, he may walk into a bunch of shots just starting. Like, I think Stephon Castle, as much as I really do feel like he probably could win, but at plus 130, like, just wait until this whole thing gets turned upside down around, and then go get a better price on Castle, because you will. And I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to wait until, like you said, Klingen gets a few starts under his belt, has a 20-20 game or something like that, and then his odds drop all the way down to 10-1. Sar has some 25 points in the game. His odds drop all the way down to like 5-1, and we get a better number on Castle. Like, that's what I'm waiting for. Because at the end of the day, when the season's done, I think the Spurs are going to be pretty okay about how their season ended, and I think Stephon Castle's walking away with some hardware. All right. I'm just not betting that plus 130 right now. Most improved player of the year, Lonte, is really annoying me that Cade Cunningham is minus 105. I don't even want to talk about it. It's pretty annoying. He's number 1 overall pick. All right. Next, I think that's about it. Defensive player of the year, nothing to really talk about there. Sixth man of the year. I mean, do you want to make a case for anybody outside of Peyton Pritchard?
Yeah, I don't think he should be a minus favorite.
I mean probably not, but
I don't.
Who else are they going to give it to? Because DeAndre Hunter's starting now, so he's not going to be eligible by the end of the season.
Yeah, I mean, Amin is starting because Fred VanVleet's been out.
Yeah, who are they going to give it to?
Yeah, who else is who's the like,
Malik
top
Beasley.
7 guys?
So we got Peyton Pritchard at minus 150, DeAndre Hunter at plus 280, Malik Beasley at 5-1, Naz Reid at 13-1, Amin Thompson at 25-1, Santi Aldama at 40-1. I could talk myself into Aldama, but that feels like me. Too. But that feels like me talking myself into quickly. And then Brogdon did what Brogdon was going to do and won sixth man of the year. But like, I could talk myself into Aldama, but like, it feels like it's just going to be Peyton Pritchard. Like, it feels like they're just going to give this to Peyton Pritchard.
Yeah, I can kind of Yeah, I can kind of see that, but I can talk myself in Aldama as well at that price. But I would not bet. Do not bet Peyton Pritchard at that price.
Yeah. All right. Coach of the year, Kenny Oxen,
That's over.
6-1. Yep. We've got clutch player. Who do you think? I'm very curious. Who do you think is the minus favorite for clutch player of the year right now?
Minus favorite.
It is a minus favorite. Not even like I'm talking you. It is so defined that they think he's clutch player. It's minus 105 right now. Who do you think that player is?
Dame?
No, man. Dame is actually not even on the top 8. Dame is not on this list. I think it's hilarious. It's Jokic.
Is it?
Jokic is clutch. Jokic is minus 105 for clutch player of the year.
What has he done that was clutch?
Bro, I think it's just another award they're trying to give out, man.
Yeah, I agree with Adam though. Trey, I think Trey should be there. Trey's got plenty of clutch moments.
Yeah, this is clear. Like this is comical. They're just giving him an award because they can't give him MVP.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
It is.
Yeah, I don't. Has he even hit a game winner this year?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
I haven't heard of it, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what the criteria for.
I guess clutch is considered the last 5 minutes of a game.
I think it's the last 2-3 minutes.
Okay, I'm gonna think of college. Yeah. So,
but still, I don't know, bro. I don't know. I'm very when I clicked on it, I'm like, dang, minus 105 for Jokic. Like,
that's ridiculous, bro.
When I think clutch player, I mean, I think Jokic is playing good throughout the entire game.
So Jokic is great
clutch player. So.
Yeah, like Jokic is great. I wouldn't consider him clutch. Like,
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm good with the award, bro. I'm good. All right, man. Let's talk about it, and we're gonna come back with Lock Dog, and we're gonna also give out a future pick, Lonte. So get that ready. We're giving out a Lock Dog and a future pick. We'll drop an underdog lineup as well. But first, I gotta talk to you about Underdog Fantasy. You can go. Whatever your fancy is, whatever tickles your fancy, as my guy Malcolm would say across the pond, NBA, NHL, college basketball, whatever it is, you can do it all cash big on Underdog Fantasy. And we're going to give out an Underdog Fantasy pick'em lineup right at the end of the show. Make sure you stick around for that. But they have everything you need. Pick higher or lower on your favorite fantasy projections. And you can do that over there and win big at Underdog Fantasy. So go NBA, SGPN. With that promo code, you can get a special pick and first-time deposit offer up to $1,000 in bonus cash at underdogfantasy.com. Promo code NBASGPN. We're also brought to you by Rhythm, #1 AI-powered sports betting platform that helps bettors of all levels, and I mean it, all levels, be able to build custom predictive betting models. I know nothing about building models at all, but Rhythm makes it so easy that, of course, I was able to do it. And so you can definitely go do that, or you could just copy one of the top-performing models from the leaderboard, and there you go. So lock in. They have college basketball, NBA, and golf. So lock into Rhythm. Claim your 7-day free trial by going to sportsgamblingpodcast.com/rhythm. That's sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. All right, Lonte, sir. I'm going to let you go first. Lock Dog Future. What do you want to do? You're on mute.
Damn it. My bad. Yeah. So we're
Lonte said, "New year, new me, man."
Yeah, same me. We're gonna start with a lock. I'm gonna go with the Charlotte Hornets plus 12.5 as the lock. I think it's gonna be a slow down type of game. I think they can hang. They've been hanging in big spots, even without LaMelo in the lineup. I think they'll be energized in LA. I mean, I'm pretty sure they've been there for a few days now, being that they've had the time off. So I'm gonna take the 12.5. Might be a little sleepy spot for the Lakers, who have. I forgot who they have on deck. Forgive me. Hold on 1 second. I can just find out really quick.
The Lakers.
They got Portland on deck. They got to go to Portland, but yeah. So, so I'll just never mind that. But yeah, I like the Hornets plus the 12.5.
Hey, keep that note for when for the Portland game when the Lakers have the Nuggets on deck. Then we have something to talk about there.
Right. That's true. Yeah. So we're gonna go with a little 2-pick long shot parlay. We're gonna go with LaMelo 5+ threes, parlayed with Austin Reeves 4+ threes. That gives you right around 740. Plus 740.
That's your
like I said, I think we talked about Austin Reeves hitting those threes, having the ball in his hands a little bit more if LeBron is out. Even if he's not, like I said, I think you pretty much handicap that perfectly. So, and I think LaMelo, he's going to shoot probably like 15, 16 threes, and I'm pretty sure he's going to hit 5. So, well, hopefully he'll hit 5. I'm not pretty sure. So, yeah, I like that play. Future wise, I would go with. I'm trying to figure out my favorite one. I think it'll have to be the Clippers. Somebody put it in the chat. Forgive me who it was. They put the Clippers to win the Pacific in the chat, like plus 280 almost. I think that's a great bet. Then they're gonna ramp up Kawhi a little bit more. Ben Simmons doesn't really move the needle for me, so I'm not really counting him. But whatever he gives, will just be icing on the cake. I do think that the Clippers will take control of that division. I think their schedule is a little bit easier than what the Lakers is. So let's go with the Clippers to win the division plus 280.
All right. I gave out Luka and Reeves. I gave out Luka points, Reeves assists, and Mark Williams points and rebounds on my other show already. Can't double up. Cannot double up. So here we go. Lock. Hornets team total over 107.5. I'm sorry, Lonte. 108 is a comically low total, and
I'm rooting for you.
I don't think the Lakers are any good defensively at all whatsoever that they're going to hold this team to 108. I understand that Charlotte's offense has been questionable, but they have Mark Williams back and they have LaMelo back. That is enough for me because I think those two players can help really, really alleviate the scoring there. I like them to get over 108. Give me the team total over Charlotte Hornets over 107.5. That is my lock. For my dog, sticking with LaMelo because I gave out the other guys already. PRA 40 plus is plus 150. That gets me above the threshold. It's basically where he's at on the course of the entire season. And I get everything. I get the points, I get the assists, I get the rebounds, and we know how LaMelo likes to get up for games. And now, like you said, he's back at the crib. I'll play the angle. Give me LaMelo. 40 plus PRA plus 150. That's my dog. Did you tell your future?
Yeah, Clippers to win the division.
Clippers to win. What was the price on that?
Should be 280, but let me just double check to make sure. Let's see, where is it? Pacific.
Let's see. What future do I want?
Actually, it's some 3-to-1s out here too. So it's a bunch of 3-to-1. So 310 I see everywhere. I guess it's 290 at certain spots, but yeah, it varies. But 310 is the high mark.
Okay. All right.
So 3-to-1. I'll say 3-to-1 to be safe.
Let's see here. For my future, I would like to play. Man, you gave out a plus money one? Dang.
2 games back and they're 3-to-1? Come on.
Yeah, that is kind of crazy. I see the vision. I see the vision. All right, let's go easy. Make miss playoffs. Nah, Ant doesn't. Nah, Ant's gonna make the playoffs. I'm not gonna go that far. You know what? I mean, I guess they got Jimmy on the squad now. Do I want to fade Golden State? Oh no, I'm kind of out on Golden State. You know what? Plus 235. What's the standings in the East? I know we talked about the East that's up top, but what does the East look like at the bottom? In the play-in right now is the Orlando Magic, the Atlanta Hawks, the Miami Heat, the Chicago Bulls, and a game and a half back is Brooklyn and Philadelphia. Can Miami miss? If Orlando figures it out,
yeah,
Orlando gets one. I don't trust Chicago. Philadelphia could possibly make a leap up, especially if they're healthy.
They can.
And Atlanta's Atlanta.
Man, I cannot figure out Atlanta, man.
They're Atlanta, bro. They're Atlanta. They're just going to be Atlanta. And you know what? Maybe Clutch Player of the Year, Trae Young, actually has some. You know what? I'm actually really out on the Miami Heat. And I don't know if they're even going to be healthy at that point in the season. And they gave up Jimmy Butler. I think they're perfectly fine. Hey, we make the play-in. We got that far. We're doing all right. The Miami Heat could potentially miss out of the playoffs. But you know what? I'm gonna stick with my gut, my guy Devin Vassell. So I really do think the Miami Heat miss, but I'm gonna stick with my guy Devin Vassell. The San Antonio Spurs, just to make the play-in, just to make it, don't have to win, just make the play-in. Plus 230. I'll take it. I think the Spurs are going on a run. I'm sold. So give me all of the Vassell, all of the Wemby, all of the Fox, all of the Castle, all of that. They figure it out and they walk themselves into the play-in, and then maybe they fold it in the play-in and maybe they lose in one game. But that's fine. They made the play-in. That is a leap forward from where they were last year, and then they start working towards the offseason. I'll take San Antonio Spurs plus 230, make the play-in. Lonte has the Clippers to win the division at around the same odds, right, Lonte? Well,
3-1,
3-1. Yeah.
somewhere about that.
Yeah. So pretty good bet there. All right, let's get into underdog fantasy here.
That's pretty easy.
Yeah, it feels pretty easy, but like,
no, I mean the entry, like what we want. We're not much of a debate because I think we agree.
Oh no, yeah, it feels really easy. Well, whenever the screen will unfreeze on me, I don't close out of my apps. I gotta start doing that more. Here we go. So I really like your Leaves 2.5 threes angle. Even if like whether Braun plays or doesn't play, I think that's still a good angle. So let's throw that in there. It's 0.92x, but I'm fine with that. Let's Mark Williams. What? Oh, his rebounds are. First of all, we can get Mark Williams double at 1.2 12x.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah.
What? Yes, absolutely. Why are we getting plus money on a Mark Williams double today? Yeah, that's ridiculous. That is absolutely ridiculous. All right. And then we can go chalk with Luka. We can.
I don't like Luka's points. I like his rebounds. Like maybe a RA or a R. Just depends.
Luka RA. I'm cool with that. I haven't bet that anywhere. 14.5.
Yeah, I think he'll get like 10 boards.
I mean, yeah, they're gonna need it.
Yeah, that's
and they're gonna need some rebounding. Okay, I'm with you, Lonte. All right, we're going with Austin Reed's higher 2.5 3-pointers made. We've got Mark Williams higher half a double, and that's super spicy 1.12x. And then we've got Luka Doncic higher 14.5 rebounds. Add that into underdog, shake it up, and you're going to get 6.18x. $100 gets you $618 over there at Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Make sure you use that promo code NBA SGPN. Yeah, can't double up. Bear Commander cannot double up. It has really, 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 really backfired me on some days. So no doubling up around here. But Lonte, anything else for the people before we get up out of here?
That's it, man. Best of luck tonight.
Yeah, I can't wait to bet Boston versus the field too, because I would love to take the field. I'm just so out on Boston, man. All right, chat was booming. Appreciate the chat for rocking with us here. Had a single game slate, talked about some futures, all of that. With that, make sure you give us a follow. He's at XX Lonte XX. I'm at ___ and at SGPN NBA, youtube.com/NBA Gambling Podcast. If you haven't, with that, that is really it. I don't have anything else to say, nothing else to do. No other way of ending the podcast. Just gonna end it like this. We are out of here.